Hi there, welcome to my channel. Today I want to talk about holistic approach to self-care. When we talk about holistic approach, we are actually talking about taking care of ourselves from our whole being, who we are. And we know that we are spiritual beings possessing a soul and living in a body. And what that means is that if we take care of only one aspect of ourselves, of our beings, then we are not being balanced, and something is going to give and we're still going to struggle. It's not going to be the proper way of taking care of ourselves. And I think I've seen that either people take care of their physical being, they're in the gym, they're walking, they're eating right, but they neglect the spiritual or the emotional, or vice versa. Maybe too spiritual, going to church, reading the word, and neglecting the soul. And today I want to just give a holistic approach, because I think so long as we are here on earth, we have to be holistic. We have to attend to our whole being. And so when we talk about self-care from a spiritual perspective, we are referring to that part of us that is in contact with God. We know that God considers us as very important, very valuable, and so we should think ourselves of valuable as well. He gave himself, he gave Jesus to come and redeem us. That's how important we are to him. He also put us here for a reason. There is a purpose. And because there is a purpose that he wants us to fulfill, he wants us to represent him here on earth, then that's gonna be very critical that we nurture that life. We take care of ourselves spiritually for God's purpose. But also, he has also asked us the greatest commandments he gave us two. He actually summarized and said that we love God with all our mind, our hearts, and then love our neighbor as we love ourselves. And I think the missing link is because we have not loved ourselves the way God loves us. We are not able to love our neighbors. That's why we have so much chaos. And I want us to think about self-care in terms of loving ourselves the way God loves us. I want us to start thinking about self-care as being a divine thing, that we are loving ourselves so that we are able to love God's children. We are able to love our neighbor. We are able to love our family. We are able to love people we work with. We are able to love others as God asks us to. Because if we don't love ourselves, we are not going to be effective for God. And yes, we don't love ourselves enough. That's why we are not able to love others. That's a psychological thing, because we project. We project when we have self-hatred, we don't value ourselves, then we don't value others, and also we end up not loving others or even valuing them, because we don't love ourselves. And we've talked about reasons that we may end up not loving ourselves or even having self-hatred. Go watch other videos, things that because of things that may have happened in our childhood and past experiences, make us not value ourselves the way God values us. And then we end up projecting on others. So let's start taking care of ourselves. Let's start practicing self-love. Let's not continue thinking that self-love and self-care is selfish. It's not when you're doing it from a godly perspective. You're doing it to love God and love other people. So it's not selfish. Maybe that is mindset or something that is wrongly believed, or something that we need to shift our mind from. That it's not selfish to love ourselves and take care of ourselves. Because we are doing it to love others. The best way to love God, the most effective way to love God and love others is actually to love yourself and take care of yourself. So self-care from a spiritual perspective looks like you feed your spirit, you have a good relationship with God, you be intimate with God, and then you'll be able to love your neighbor. Now, from a soul perspective or emotional perspective, is that part of you that includes your mind, your emotions, your will, your imaginations, your intelligence. All that is in the soul realm, and that's part of your being, and you need to take care of it, because if you don't take care of it, something is going to give. We need to start practicing self-care in terms of, minding or being intentional on what we are thinking about what we are thinking about. We need to start also practicing self-care of our emotions, processing our emotions and not hiding them, processing our pain, emotional pain, and not caring about it. Just cleaning out your soul like you'd clean your house. Clean out that bitterness, clean out that jealousy, clean out that unforgiveness. Forgive people, clean out the house, clean out, because that is where Jesus resides. That's where God resides. That's where you communicate with God as well. And if it is full of stuff, you are gonna find that you're going to struggle so much, but also you're not taking care of your soul. Because remember again, you are spirit being possessing a soul living in a body. The soul is part of your being. If you're not taking care of it, you are not gonna have good success. So start taking care of your soul, okay? And you find that you're gonna be more healthy. It's gonna be more holistic. And the last part is that because we're living in a body, the body is very important, because we cannot do all those things we're talking about in terms of the spiritual without the body, because the body is where we reside, when we are here on earth, okay? So the body takes us from point A to B. It's the vehicle, it's the house where we live. So we need to clean it up too. We need to take care of it. So doing exercises, walking, putting the right food, feeding the right food, just like you're feeding your spiritual being with the truth and all the things we've talked about. The same thing with your body. Feeding it real food, not junk food. Sleeping, resting, all the things that comprise, or they make your body healthy. We need to be doing them, And I think when we do self-care from a holistic perspective, we are going to find that actually we are going to be motivated to do it, because we know we are doing it for the right purpose. We know that we are doing it because we are valuable. We're not just doing it because we want to look good for people, but it's because we are doing it so that we are effective to love God and love others. It's not about us. It's not selfish. And that is even going to motivate you more, because you are doing it for a bigger purpose than just you. But also, I think because that is the godly perspective, then God is also going to give you strength to do it. So think about it. I just thought that I should address self-care, because some people told me asked me to talk about self-care. And as I was thinking about it, I was like, self-care has become so secular, or rather, we think it's a secular thing, but when it's done in a secular manner, it's been taken to be done as if it's just for us, and we've removed God from it. But really, from a Christian perspective, we should do it because of God, because we want to serve God, because we want to serve others, and because we love ourselves, because God loves us. So it's holistic. And so think about it, and all the best with it. I know all of us probably struggle in one area or the other, but we should do the best we can, okay? The best we can. And when we put the effort, God is there to help us, okay? Do what we cannot be able to do. So I hope this video helped you, and I hope that it will help you in your self-care journey. So I'm curious to hear your view or your comments about how you take care of yourself, and anything else that you can help us, in this community, learn even more or better effective ways of taking care of ourselves. So thank you for listening, and please subscribe if you have not subscribed, and push the notification bell somewhere, and please follow and share the video. Okay, thanks for tuning in.